everybody, it's Liz here. Today I would like to talk about dementia and responsive behaviors. When we're talking about dementia, it's a neurodegenerative disease of the brain, and it causes destruction to the brain cells, and eventually it causes death. The primary dementia in Canada is between 60 and 80% are cases of Alzheimer's dementia. Now, Alzheimer's dementia has a very common set of symptoms. So short-term memory loss, you're going to see people repeating themselves numerous times through conversations, and you'll notice that they're living in moments of joy. Sometimes they're living in moments of fear, so they can retell the same story that's really caused them to solidify those memories in their head. So knowing that if that's the conversation that you're going to be having with them, you don't want to continuously correct them. You don't want to point out that they just told you that story. You want to live in their reality. Their reality feels as real as it does to you and me, and constantly correcting them is only going to have them develop feelings that they are inadequate or wrong, or anxiety or agitation. So when it comes to behaviors around this type of disease, you're going to want to make sure that you are allowing them to have their moment to speak. Difficulty finding words is pretty common. So allowing time and patience is key for communicating with someone with dementia. As the disease progresses, you want to offer two choices. Do you want to wear this sweater today, or would you like to wear this sweater today? It's easier for you and for them to keep the options reduced from causing anxiety. And their fear is going to be caused by not knowing, who you are, where they are, what's going on. So consistent reassurance is key as well. So if they think that their husband or wife is out at the store or is gone, you can tell them, you know what, they've gone to the store, they've gone to pick something up, and they'll be back shortly. Telling the same thing over and over again is going to be tiring for you. But what we're here to do is support that person so that they're not getting agitated. Their day is long. They spend the whole day searching. So at the end of the day, they're going to only associate you with the feeling that you bring them. So if you bring them joy, they're going to realize when they see you that you're somebody that brings them joy. They're not going to remember your name. They're not going to remember that you have a dog, but they will remember that those stories that you told brought them joy, whatever they may be. So living in their reality. Now, when it comes to someone that is agitated, you're going to want to focus on reducing anything that could be overwhelming. These people have difficulty with processing, more than a small amount of information at one time without increasing their anxiety and their agitation or their fears. So you want to make sure that you're giving them small choices, and that you're giving them time, and that you're not bombarding them with too much light, too much sound. If it's cold or hot, they're going to become more agitated because they can't effectively voice what they need when and where. So going to the bathroom, are they thirsty, are they hungry, making sure all of those questions have been answered. And if they have, make sure that they haven't experienced something earlier in the day that's causing them any issues. If they are in pain, everybody suffers with difficulty controlling themselves when they're in pain. So realizing that they could be in pain and making sure that they're being treated for whatever is going on. Constipation can cause major issues, urinary tract infections. There's all kinds of things that can really cause major issues, and weeding out what is normal behavior for this person and getting to know their normal and getting to know what causes them to suffer with anxiety or fear or agitation. So if you are with somebody and you know they love music, and they're starting to become agitated because they can't control the situation and they're overwhelmed. Putting on music can be soothing, and it can actually help to bring back other memories that happened around that music. Putting music on for somebody that is already over the top, does not have a connection with music, or is has had a loud surrounding for the last period of time, and you change the sound to music, it's not always effective. So keeping an eye on what works for your person, because every single person with dementia is different. Leaving the room. Sometimes the way you look is the way you look, and it does not mean that you're a bad person, but you look like someone that they've known before that they don't like, and that's happened to me before. So there's just certain people that are not going to enjoy you being around, and some people will have the opposite effect. They will love having you around because you remind them of somebody that they've loved for their life, or that you remind them of someone that's brought them joy in the past. So knowing that there's certain things that you can't fix, there's certain things that you can enjoy, and just going with it, living in their reality. If agitation is, it's been a hard day, it's been a long day, and they're up to here, and you need to take a step back. You just make sure that they're safe. You make sure that they're in a comfortable environment where they are not going to harm themselves, and you just take a step back. Go out of the room. They're going to have some time. They're going to, lower their respiratory rate. They're going to calm their body. Blood pressure is going to slowly come down. And then you want to enter again, and you want to just be quiet for a little bit. Let them, let people get to know who you are, and that you're there to, give them a cup of tea, or help them with, getting to the bathroom, those sorts of things. But pushing when someone's agitated is never going to be a good thing. It's always going to escalate the situation. So if you notice agitation, take a step back. If you are with us with Comfort Keepers and you are one of our staff, we encourage you, if you are having a difficult day, to phone the office. You can get a hold of me, or you can get a hold of one of the other nurses that's on staff as well, and we can help you either walk through it or come to the home if we're available to help you navigate the behavior that you're having difficulty managing. So that's Alzheimer's disease is the most common, like I said. You also have Lewy body dementia, so that is Lewy bodies, which are a supranucleic protein that tangles up in the brain, and it causes a sort of Parkinsonian type of gait. So you're going to see somebody more hunched over, kyphotic, so their back's going to be a little bit bent, and they're going to have small shuffling steps. You can have Parkinson's, and you can have Lewy body dementia, and you can, and then you can also have other dementias as well as these Lewy bodies, and so you're going to notice a little bit of differences based on their gait, and knowing that they do have a dementia diagnosis, and noticing that they're shuffling their gait. You'll get to see that as well. So with Lewy body dementia, there's more of a insomnia, apathy, so you're going to have somebody who's not responsive with a full emotional range. You're going to have somebody who suffers more deeply with anxiety and depression, and that's very common with Lewy body. Again, you're going to want to use the same tactics as Alzheimer's, so taking a step back if agitation is high, but making sure, because they have such a high risk of falls, you're going to want to make sure that they are safe, and they have, they're in their seat, or they have their walker if they're capable of using a walker effectively if you're taking a step back. So just make sure that you're assessing that as well. Vascular dementia, so that's caused by a reduction in blood flow to the brain. There can be many reasons for that, and there's a slight familial quality to that as well. So only about 10% of people with dementia have vascular dementia. So you're going to see headaches and vision loss as well. So those are more at the start of the dementia. Difficulty finding words, difficulty following conversations, And then you can go into other dementias like the frontal temporal lobe. Frontal temporal lobe dementia is it causes more of a compulsive type of behavior. So hygiene is going to go a little bit out the window faster than with other dementias. That compulsive behavior can cause major flare-ups of agitation, followed by a calming down period, but it can and definitely become more detrimental faster than other dementias. But if you are worried about your client having major flare-ups in their behavior, it can be a progression, but it could also be something like a urinary tract infection. So make sure that you talk to the nurse and let us know what you're seeing and how you've been trying to effectively manage it, and then we can go from there. So always call the office if you're having concerns. Take a step back, live in their moment, find what brings individuals joy. Everybody is different. We're all different in this world. So find out if music brings them joy. And a lot of people, even if they are not from a musical background, have a deep connection with music. So being able to put on some of their favorite songs, favorite band, whatever it is that you find in the home, you can always have a conversation about that. And it really does jog more of the memory, your limbic system, so the emotional part of your brain sort of kicks in, and you can actually access new memories that you haven't, or old memories, new memories to you that you have not been able to see in a long time. So you might get some interesting stories out of that. But yeah, live in that joy, live in their moment, and just be calm and take your time. Rushing anybody is not great. Rushing someone with dementia is definitely more detrimental. So take your time, enjoy, spend time together, and if you have any specific quandaries or concerns, please just call the office, so 778-716-0276, and we can help you there. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.